First thing in the morning, the kids wake up and they start doing their math. My oldest two switched from Saxon to teaching textbooks, and that has cut their time in half because they do a workbook, and so they don't have to write out all of their math problems. Plus, it's self-correcting. It's expensive, though. So they're working on their math, and they're in separate rooms to do that. And my younger two children are working on Horizon Math, and so they do that first thing in the morning. So they're in separate rooms as they do their math. They usually get their math done before breakfast, which is really nice. As you can see, we use headphones so that if one of our kids wakes up earlier than others, that it doesn't affect the other kids waking up. And here we are eating breakfast, and we listen to scripture while we're eating breakfast.
Wall of water on their right and on their left. That day the Lord saved Israel from the hands of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians lying dead on the shore. And when the Israelites saw the great power the Lord displayed against the Egyptians, the people feared the Lord and put their trust in Him.
To lend a mind to you now, but I would very much like to know why you come to me Bible so often.
Here's my 5-year-old. She's reading
Mary, because
from a McGuffey book.
Food and dancing. What kind of dancing do you like to do? Miss Leah had asked.
My 7-year-old and my 5-year-old read to me after they finish their math and after they do breakfast with Bible.
Shall we temple? I answered.
My 8-year-old son is practicing guitar. So we've done math first thing in the morning, then we did Bible as we were doing breakfast, then we did reading, and now we have our writing. This is my 5-year-old's writing about mummies after studying mummies for about a week and doing a lot of hands-on things about mummies. And this is my 7-year-old's writing about mummies. And here's my 8-year-old hasn't decorated his page yet, but this is writing about mummies. This is from our notebooks on ancient Egypt, which they were able to decorate. And also we have my 10-year-old has just finished putting on some stickers to write the name of his writing assignment about mummies. And he has decorated his page, so he's just finished with his writing assignment. Okay, we just read some from Story of the World and Pyramid by David and Macaulay. We've also been talking about tombs and things, and now we're making some treasure. And we have a treasure chest, and in that treasure chest we're going to put some treasure. We made some treasure out of clay, and we're painting it with metallic colors now, And those treasures we'll end up putting in the treasure chest. And we saw, today we looked in the book. Rachel, can you go get the book? There it is, Rachel, come here. Come here. That book right there. We looked at the treasures of King Tut and his tomb. The pharaohs had tombs that were made for them, as well as pyramids. And so our treasure chest, we're changing into an Egyptian treasure chest because it looked just like the treasures that we saw in this book. This book is full of lovely pictures of all the treasures in King Tut's tomb. And so we are thinking about what we want to put into our treasures. So that's our history class today. After reading, we read while the kids are eating lunch so that it's nice and quiet. And that's basically our school day. My kids, during their free time a lot, they work on electronics kits and things. This is Stephen working on his electronics kit. Brian often works on his electronics kit too. Yep. And it's just something they enjoy doing. They look at the instructions and stuff. So they do science on their own. Right now we're just doing ancient Egypt only. We are not doing any science. Over the summer we did a nature journal and we studied insects, and so you don't have to do both science and history at the same time. Okay, right now it's after lunch, and this is nap time, which nobody takes a nap, but people read. So this is my oldest son, and he's reading a book. He's also, he reads the Bible, and he colors in one chapter, or one square, for each chapter that he reads, and he just finished Exodus. And so he's reading during this hour and a half. That's when he does his assigned reading. And we're done. We're done by noon.